Joe Rogan has slammed San Francisco as being a failed state due to next level crime. And, I had heard this, but I fact checked it when I heard what Joe was talking about. People in San Francisco have begun parking their cars with their windows rolled down and their trunks open because they know you can't leave anything in the car, but it doesn't matter. If your windows are rolled up and your trunk is closed, they'll smash your window out anyway, just to be sure. So what do? By leaving the trunk open, they can take a look inside. I ain't got nothing there. When I was growing up, we had, my family had a soft top Jeep. And the annoying thing was they would stab it. The criminals would rip the soft top, destroy it to try and get inside what was clearly a vehicle that had nothing of value inside of it. It was a steel box, but they don't care. They're going to look anyway. So with a soft top, you could just literally pop open. You could unzip it, but they're so stupid. They don't care. They'll just stab it and destroy it. You just leave the door unlocked. That's Chicago. And now we're here looking at San Francisco. But the crazy thing is I don't think people realize how bad it is. Let me play this clip for you of Joe Rogan.
The worst.
Let's play this.
San Francisco is like a...
Actually, I think the audio, I have the audio improperly. Why is it that I always do this, right? I hope that this is the correct audio. Let's see if this plays.
failed state. San Francisco might as well be Libya. That place is wild.
Yeah.
People are just in the streets.
The crime is next level in San Francisco. It is
Next
stupid.
level. Next level.
It is stupid.
People are parking their cars and leaving their windows rolled down and
the
their
trunks
hatch is open.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get smashed.
It doesn't matter what time of day. And it doesn't matter who's around.
Doesn't matter who's around. No one's stopping anybody from doing anything. Mm-mm. It's crazy. It's crazy how quick San Francisco. Because everyone's pulling out of there. Hotels are pulling out. Like supermarkets or chains like Walgreens pulling out. They're like, what?
Ghost town, and they're not pumping the brakes on it.
I don't know what they do now at this point. What do? They don't have the resources to fix it now. Because they've up so bad for so long, and they would have to admit that all of their policies sucked.
And nobody's going to do that.
Nobody's going to do that.
Yeah, San Francisco is, what's funny is we have this story of Sodom and Gomorrah, and if there's but one righteous man. I'm sorry, dude. San Francisco, man, the United States has way too many Sodoms and Gomorrahs. So I did a fact check here just to pull it up. This is from 2021. Bay Area car break-ins are on the rise, prompting some auto owners to leave their trunks open. I kid you not. I think, do they have, where is it? When you pull it up, they give you a photo of it. Look at this. And then it just plays their stupid little report, whatever. Show me the cars, ABC7. I don't care. Doesn't matter if you have cameras. Ain't nobody going to do nothing about it. So avoiding car break-ins, people just, look at this. They just leave their trunks wide open. Now, the windows here rolled up, but they leave the trunks open. Isn't that crazy? That's just crazy. It's funny because we used to talk about, remember the time back in the day when you could leave your front door open? You didn't have to worry about crime. Now it's basically like leave your front door open because when they come to rob you, at least they won't break the latch. And then you got to worry about a door that can't close. So what? This is the world that is being built. It's the world that we live in. And it's funny that, Joe is like a fairly liberal guy. And he's like socialist leaning in a lot of ways. But here we are now with even Joe Rogan. I shouldn't even say even. Of course, Joe Rogan's calling this out. He left. He's in Texas. During an interview with Gabriel Iglesias on the Joe Rogan Experience, the pair said crime in the city is next level. You know why I want to talk about this? Not because we need to rehash the opinions of Joe Rogan. It's that I don't think people actually realize how bad it is. And I mean this. I've been talking to, I've talked to several people about it. We just sit here. I do. Most of you are not in California or San Francisco. In fact, I'm willing to assume none of you are, maybe a handful. But I was talking to some people who have traveled recently to California for various reasons. Los Angeles, bad. I lived in LA for a couple years, and I talked to some friends, and they're like, "You don't understand. Like, you don't understand. You don't know bad the way it is now." And I'm kind of like, man, I want to see it now because I'm wondering how bad could it really be if my friends are saying stuff like this. San Francisco, seeing Joe say this, I don't think people realize how bad it really is. There's video after video after video. There will be like tourists who park their car, and then as soon as they get out and cross the street, people run up, smash the windows, and grab their stuff, and they're running back like, stop. There was one video where tourists parked their car, and they're running back to their car as people just drive up, smash, grab, and go. Ain't no one's going to stop them. Take a look at this. Shocking photos show bare shelves in CVS store in D.C. after being routinely ransacked by mob of up to 50 unruly teenagers before and after school. Oh, it's amazing. Remember I talked about this? We used to call these raids, and they were really small. In Chicago, kids at the high school would be like, hey, raid 7-Eleven, raid 7-Eleven, raid, 230. And then what would happen is they would all go, they would get like 50 kids, and then they would open the double doors and everyone would run inside and go, ah, just literally they would yell and wave their hands around while going, making noise. And then just start grabbing things at random while like having masks up. Nobody could tell who was doing what. And then they would run out and leave. Everybody would have like a couple bucks worth of things, free food, free drinks. Nobody could get in trouble. What are they going to do? They call the cops. Cops are like, good luck. Won't do anything about it. Here you go. This is what you get. CVS desolate shelves greet visitors to the CVS in DC that is routinely stripped by shoplifting children on their way to and from school. Yo, this is crazy. I think I've been to this one before. That's it. There's videos people posted walking through the shelves. Nothing. Look, it's like, what is that a box of? You got weird products nobody wants. What is this? Power waffles. And the box is ripped open and it's frozen to the back of the freezer. That's crazy. 300 CVS stores closed in 2022, and the chain expects to close another 300 this year before closing another 300 in 2024. The realignment is based on an evaluation of changes in population, consumer buying patterns, future health needs, the company claimed. Thousands more stores across the U.S. have been forced to lock up basic products like toothpaste and deodorant following the spike in shoplifting. Fox 5 was told that street vendors in Columbia Heights are allegedly paying people to go in and steal stuff so they can resell it. Staff at CVS have been alerted that thieves are aware of when new shipments come in, and that's when they target the store. A survey by Capital One Research calculated the stores catch shoplifters roughly 2% of the time, with the average shoplifter being arrested just once in every 100 incidents. You know what kids used to do back in Chicago? They'd go into the store and they would take something and drop it in the hood of their friend. Their friend would not realize as they walked out they were carrying something that was stolen, and then the other friend would run up and grab it. You know why? Because the person who has it in their hood is acting casually and normally, and they won't get caught. And the person who is actually doing the stealing doesn't have the product on them. It's really funny, though, I got to be honest. The stories I've heard about self-checkouts are hilarious. People posting this stuff online. There are posts online where someone posted this a long time ago. They said since Walmart and these other places implemented the self-checkout, and they've been rife with errors. And everybody knows this. You go to the self-checkout and it's like, please return the item to the bagging area. And you're like, I didn't take it. I didn't take it. And you can't press anything. The screen locks and you're like, what is going on? And then you take it off and it's like, please return the item. Like, what is happening? There's a Weiss by a supermarket. And we just like, do not use self-checkout. We used to do it all the time, but it's just no matter what you do, it gives you problems. So there are people posting online that what they would do is they'd be swiping all the products, and then like every fifth product, they would just intentionally miss the barcode and put it in as if they didn't realize. Because what do? If someone notices this didn't get swiped, you just go, I thought it got swiped. Sorry. They have just made it infinitely easier to steal. But you know what the funny thing is? They don't care. Now the stores obviously care about the shoplifting, but what's happening now is as this goes down, the point is, the reason I'm telling you all of these stories, as all of this stuff goes down, there is an outcome that many of these companies are very excited about. And that is the Amazon style store with no employees, and they don't care about shoplifting. I was at the airport in DCA, and they had an Amazon store in the airport. You walk up, scan your hand, it lets you in, you can take anything you want and walk right out. Sensors all over the place, calculating what you bought. When this first came out, I immediately said it would be really easy to steal from this place. And sure enough, it was. And I don't think I've ever revealed exactly how we did. I may have on like a members only episode of Timcast, but because I don't want people to replicate, and it is extremely easy, I haven't stated that. But what the comment I got was essentially, we don't care about shoplifting. The amount of money we save by not having a staff means that we can absorb the costs of shoplifting. Can you absorb this? I got to tell you, man, when they make these stores that have no staff and it's just turnstiles, you're going to get 50 kids who are going to jump them, run in, and there's no one to stop them. So build the future you want to build. Good luck. No, for real. This is going to be funny. They're like, we can track your face and your handprint and your credit card information. Okay, dude. When these kids jump the barricade to get in and your computer doesn't know who they are, or they're wearing a mask. That's the funny thing. They'll be wearing a mask or something. They'll walk up, start grabbing stuff, and there's no employees. And then what are you going to say? We can absorb it. Not when they take everything. Not when they take it all. I love this naivety of like, shoplifting's only a couple percent. And, you know, if we fire all our staff, we'll be able to make it. Nah, dude. Your policies are insane. And human beings gonna human being. They will find a way. There was that story I covered the other day of the dudes who registered for the women's tech conference as non-binary. And they're shoving women out of the way, like trying to give their resumes to recruiters. And it wasn't organized. Guys just started doing it. You create an opportunity for exploitation, humans gonna exploit. It's what they do. So there you go, man. San Francisco's on the way out. And I think the importance, the reason why I talk about this, because I've had people tell me like, dude, you don't get it. You don't get how bad it really is. And we've heard these stories, but people keep telling me the videos we see aren't the half of it. And then, of course, you get people be like, everything's fine by me. I don't notice anything. And then sure enough, that dude who was like, everything's fine in New York, dead. Or in Philly, he said that guy was like, yeah, Philly's doing just fine. There's crime in some areas and it's going down. And then someone murdered him in his own home. I was like, okay, dude. All right. I'm with Joe Rogan on this one. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 6 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.